Today Saurabh Bhai is with us to conduct today's session. Saurabh Bhai is currently serving in the accounts department at the Shanti complex of the Brahma Kumaris. For more than 15 years, he has been leading the development and management of the Brahma Kumaris Connect One ERP system as a team lead. He is also responsible for software development, resource planning, training, and technical management for more than 9,000 Brahma Kumaris service centers and over 15,000 users. Saurabh Bhai has beautifully combined academics, technology, and spirituality in his life. He secured All India first rank in the Combined Defence Services CDS examination across all three wings Army, Navy, and Air Force. In addition, through the Youth Wing, he conducts numerous lectures and workshops across the country on youth empowerment, digital wellness, and value based living. So let us now respectfully welcome Saurabh Bhai. Today's topic is Sakshi Drishta, the witness consciousness. Please enlighten us on this topic and share your experiences with us. Welcome, Bhai Ji. Om Shanti. Respected sister has given us a very beautiful topic. If we say that this subject is one of the central pillars of our Brahmin life, a core idea and a fundamental theme, it would not be an exaggeration. In every spiritual path, every spiritual knowledge system, every practice, and every religion in the world, the state of being a witness in a central focus. It is one of the most important ideas in spirituality. Not only in spirituality, but even in worldly life, if you want to create excellence, whether in academics, career, or any field, parents and teachers often say, focus on one thing. Focus on what is truly important in your life. This directly means that we should not allow our attention to be distracted by anything else. This is not a new concept for us. We all know that we must remain in the state of witness. However, the biggest question, especially for Brahmins, is what should we remain detached from? And how should we practice this witness consciousness? In spirituality, some says become detached from the world is an illusion, and Brahman alone is the truth. Others says become detached from action. Some say become detached from religion. Others say become detached from yourself or become detached from luxury and desires. But the knowledge Baba has given us is very clear and well defined. It teaches us exactly what we need to become detached from and what the true meaning of witness consciousness is. From the Copper Age onwards, many religions taught the path of renunciation, leaving home, family, work, business, and worldly life in order to become detached. But Baba has taught us the art of living and the true art of spirituality. The certain idea of his teaching is that to become detached from something, we do not need to physically leave it. We do not need to abandon our family, work, or responsibilities. Rather, through true understanding based on spiritual knowledge, we learn where our attention should be placed and where it should not. Baba has said in the Murli that the foundation of purity is understanding. When we truly understand any subject in the right way, we naturally know which aspect deserves our attention and which does not. For example, you may have heard the beautiful incident of the battlefield where Lord Krishna was observing the war with Arjun. Arjun's mind became disturbed as he looked at the various people around him. He kept asking Krishna questions. What should I do? Why should I do this? Why is this happening? But Krishna, filled with spiritual wisdom, guided him by saying, focus only on yourself. Do not become entangled in who those people are, what they mean to you, what they are doing, or what feelings they hold in their minds. Become a witness to all of that and remain established in your own dharma. When you remain established in your own dharma, victory is yours. In the same way, witness consciousness has a very deep significance in Brahmin life. Baba says, live like a lotus flower. Remain in your home, family, and work. Live among yourself, yet stay detached like a lotus flower that remains untouched by the water around it. The greatest obstacle in living this lotus like life is the interaction of sanskars, the clash of different natures and habits. When we deal with others, we often think, why not separate ourselves? Why should we tolerate so much? Why should we endure the behavior of others? But Baba's Murli, Baba's knowledge, and the entire syllabus of Brahmin life are based on one principle. We must learn to interact with every type of soul without allowing their nature, behavior, or actions to influence our own intentions, behavior, and karma. Let me share a small example with you. When I was working in the worldly field of software development, everything was very well defined. There were clear rules, a proper structure, companies, and professionals who were highly skilled in their respective work. Whenever we want to work, we knew exactly what was expected from us. But then Baba brought us into this divine service. He gave me the responsibility of software development for Baba's Yag, a very great service. Today, that software has become the backbone of the Yag. However, in the beginning, when we came here and started this service, there was often a lot of confusion because the intellect became involved in many different matters. Although I was spiritually strong, many questions used to arise in my mind, but from childhood, Baba had made two sanskar very firm within me, so firm that life without them seemed impossible. The first sanskar was to wake up at Amrit Vela, to give Baba the chart of my mind, and to have a heart to heart conversation with Baba. I do not think there was a single day in my Brahmin life for a very long time when I missed Amrit Vela. The second sanskar was to sit in Baba's Murli class and listen attentively. Even though the circumstances were difficult and there were many confusions, I gradually experienced that this sanskar Baba had given me to refer every matter of the mind to Baba was transforming my life. Without running my own thoughts on every situation, I would refer it to Baba, speak to Baba about it, and churn Baba's Murli. Within a short time, I began to experience that Baba was guiding me very clearly, showing me what I should pay attention to and what I should not. My parents had also come with me, and for some time I was worried about them because it was a completely new environment. I wondered whether they would be able to adjust, how things would work, and what would happen. But at Amrit Vela, Baba's instructions were so precise. Baba would tell me, focus only on knowledge, yoga, service, and give spiritual strength to these souls through knowledge and yoga. As soon as I received Baba's teachings, all other thoughts would disappear from my intellect, and my focus would remain only on giving spiritual strength. I noticed that the various thoughts and doubts that used to arise in my intellect and in which my mind would become heavily engaged were reducing my efficiency. Then I experienced that by following Baba's Srimad and churning it deeply, all those unnecessary thoughts and doubts moved aside, and I was able to complete my service very easily. After some time, people began coming to me for advice. They would ask me questions and discuss different aspects of life with me. They would repeatedly ask, what did you do in this situation? When you came here, how did you handle that situation? What did you do in such circumstances? I myself would be surprised and think, my intellect never even went in that direction. Some would ask, what happened to my medical expenses? Others would ask, did bad company ever affect you? Some would ask, did you ever feel the desire for a career? Then a question arose within me. Why did these questions never arise in my own mind? These are the very areas that capture the thoughts of most people. They occupy their intellect and prevent them from making major decisions in life. Then I received an answer from Baba. Where there is faith, there is a victory. The best illusion that disturbs our focus and concentration is that we keep trying to solve situations by overthinking. We collect a lot of information in our intellect. We gather many observations, and then Baba says, you become trapped in the very net that you have woven yourself. If you are walking on a path and see a person whose way of working seems suspicious or not quite right, you will notice that your intellect keeps going back to that person again and again. Why? Because you have collected many observations in your mind. This happens, that happens, such things can happen. But Baba has revealed a very subtle secret to Brahmins. The secret is that as our thoughts are, and as the vibrations we create, similar people and similar circumstances are drawn toward us. If our thoughts are pure, elevated, and powerful, then no matter how negative a soul, circumstance, or environment may be, it can't influence us. When do things, words, and people they begin to affect us? When we start churning them in our minds. And why do we churn them? Because for 63 births we have carried that sanskar of fear and the habit of overthinking. Let me find out. Let me see. Let me think about it. The moment we begin paying attention to something unnecessarily, it captures our intellect. Baba's command to us is remain focused only on your goal. I remember when I began my Brahmin life and wanted to live a dedicated life. I had many problems, many bondages, and many difficult situations around me. Whenever I spoke to Baba about those situations, Baba would give me only one simple answer. Your father is sitting here. I am here. You do not need to think about all these things. You simply continue to imbibe divine virtues and fill yourself with godly vibrations and godly power. Everything else will happen on its own. And that is exactly what happened. When we look back, we realize how great Baba's mercy and blessings are. That he keeps our intellect from getting trapped in unnecessary matters. The true meaning of witness consciousness is to raise our understanding, our standard of thinking, and our faith in Baba to such a high level that no other vibration can pull us away. One way is to observe, discuss, analyze, and then try to become detached. The other way is to focus only on Baba's Srimad, churn only that, and on that basis, the intellect naturally becomes detached from everything else. Maya's greatest trick is to attract our attention through the weaknesses accumulated over 63 births. We give time to matters that do not deserve our attention, that do not require deep churning, and that do not need so much of our energy, simply because old sanskars pull us towards them. What if this happens? What if that happens? Such questions come. And once the rosary of thoughts begins to turn, it does not easily stop. A small seed of thought grows into a tree, and then handling that tree becomes very difficult. How can we develop the witness conscious stage in life? It is very simple. Adopt a very elevated state in your life. And the simple method is this: from morning till night, Follow the daily routine that Baba has given us. The speciality of this routine is that it frees the intellect. Baba has said that as soon as you wake up in the morning, sit in Baba's remembrance at Amrit Vela. Scientists around the world accept that when we are waking up from sleep or when we are about to fall asleep, the subconscious mind is at its most receptive state. Whatever we plant in the mind at that time grows many times stronger and manifests before us. Therefore, Baba's simple Shrimat is wake up at Amrit Vela, rise in the time of silence, and sit in remembrance of Baba. This simple practice automatically resolves and dissolves all the unnecessary thoughts and churning of the previous day. Like a skilled gardener, Baba clears out the weeds, unwanted thoughts, and unnecessary area from our intellect. Let me share another small experience with you. I used to work in Chandigarh and I am originally from Punjab. The distance between my hometown in Punjab and Chandigarh was around 300 to 400 kilometers. One night, just before going to sleep, I was remembering Baba. From the very beginning of my spiritual life, I have paid great attention to the disciplines Baba had taught us and to the daily routine Baba had given us. The sanskars Baba instilled in us helped us overcome every situation in life. Just before sleep, I received a phone call from an old friend. He was a very close friend, but due to certain reasons, we had become somewhat distant from each other. He said, "Tomorrow is my wedding and you must come." Now, what would you do in such a situation? Usually, before sleep, a person plans the next day's routine. If you are working or engaged in a profession, you have many preparations to make. Moreover, this was a long journey, and the person calling was someone with whom my relationship had not been very good for quite some time. When such a sudden situation arises, the mind enters an undecided state. And whenever a person is in an undecided state, the mind starts churning excessively. Until our thoughts settle, we are unable to stop thinking. We can't sleep peacefully, nor can we stabilize ourselves. But if we create a beautiful discipline within ourselves, that whenever any question or situation arises, we tell our mind, we will ask Baba. Then life becomes much easier. It may sound like a very small and simple thing, but it is a powerful remedy to control every storm of the mind and every difficult situation in life. At that moment, I did the same. I said to myself, let me sleep now. Tomorrow morning at Amrit Vela, I will ask Baba. Although my mind was still thinking, I went to sleep. The next morning, I sat in front of Baba, told him the entire situation, and shared all the thoughts that were in my mind. I said, Baba, this is the situation. He called suddenly. He should have informed me earlier. Is this the right way? I expressed everything honestly to Baba. Our soul has 7 original qualities, and one of them is knowledge, means understanding and wisdom. If we forcefully suppress our mind or try to push it in one direction, the mind does not become powerful. We may do that action, but only half heartedly, and we will not be able to use that experience as a strength later in life. But the Supreme Soul is the ocean of knowledge. If our yoga with Baba is accurate and deep, then Baba not only give us the touch of what to do, but also the understanding of why to do it. Baba gives the soul three main gifts: love, affection, and a feeling of belonging, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Power, the strength to transform our sanskar and rise above situations. At that time, Baba first gave me love and stability. Then Baba made me understand the story of my relationship with that soul over many births. Baba explained, child, this soul has a very old connection with you. 95% of your karmic account with this soul has already been settled. A significant karmic account still remains. And if today, without questioning why and what, you simply go there for a short time and fulfill this soul's request, your account of many births will be settled. Like a father, Baba gave the right advice. Like a teacher, Baba explained what to do and why to do it. And like a Sadguru and a special friend, Baba gave me the power to carry it out. So I traveled 400 kilometers, met that soul for only 10 minutes, and then traveled 400 kilometers back. Almost 1.5 to 2 days were spent in that journey. But my soul became filled with peace and happiness. There was a deep feeling of inner peace, and from that soul's perspective as well, it became very clear to me that whatever karmic account, misunderstanding, or distance existed between us had been completely settled. After that, my relationship with that soul became absolutely normal. There were no more situations, no more conflicts, and no more disturbances. This is the true meaning of witness consciousness. To have such elevated knowledge and understanding within the intellect that the mind does not create unnecessary why and what in every situation. There are two aspects to this: understanding and practice. Let me explain both. What is understanding? The main things that attract our intellect are the sanskars, nature, way of speaking, way of behaving, and mannerism of the souls around us. But if for just 1 week you carefully study pictures of the kalp tree and the ladder and churn deeply on it, your perspective will change. In this world, there are billions of souls. Out of them, only a small number became Brahmins. And among those Brahmins, only a very small number became powerful Brahmins who attained the golden age. If you calculate the percentage, you will see how rare such souls are. Baba says that such souls are one in many millions. Baba also says in the Murlis that we are establishing not just one kingdom but three kingdoms, the establishment of three religions. If we sit for even 1 day and deeply study the chapter of world cycle, then 99% of the behavior, speech, and action of other souls will become easy for us to accept. The meaning of Sakshi Drishta is this: to accept every soul exactly as they are. If I have a karmic account with a soul, my intellect should accept that soul as they are. If a soul behaves badly with me, instead of asking why is this happening, my mind should immediately understand I have something to give to this soul. By giving that soul what is due, love, cooperation, forgiveness, or good wishes, we can settle the account and allow our intellect to become stable in Baba's remembrance. This is witness consciousness. Baba says daily in the Murlis, children, you are establishing a kingdom. Every type of soul will come and every type of soul will interact with you. If we do not churn these points deeply, then when we see 10, 15, 20, or 50 Brahmins around us, our mind may start thinking, how can a Brahmin behave like this? How can a Brahmin do such things? Then our mind can never become stable. We will never be able to remain detached from their behavior and actions. But the more we churn knowledge, the more we discuss our thoughts with Baba, and the more we imbibe spiritual understanding, the more these three things fill our life with witness consciousness. Another very important point is this: every teaching of Baba is truly experienced only after we say, Yes, Baba, and take a step in obedience. Whatever virtue you wish to imbibe, whatever major subject you wish to understand, or whatever important decisions you need to take in life, please note this carefully. Until you say, Yes, Baba, and step into that action, you will not have the experience of it. Let me share a small humorous incident. Many people come to our office to do service. Some young brothers come every year and say, Brother, we want to come into service. We happily say, Welcome. This is a very good thought. But then they begin asking questions. Brother, what will happen if I fall ill? What if this situation comes in my life? What if that problem arises? With great simplicity and love, we tell them, Baba is sitting there, isn't he? Baba is there. And they also say, Yes, Baba is there. But what is the difference? The difference is that when we move forward by saying Yes, Baba in a situation, for some time circumstances, people, sanskars, and even our own weaknesses may oppose us. Our own sanskars will emerge. The sanskars of others will emerge. Situations will arise. But at that time, if we remember what Baba is making us become, if we remember for what elevated position we are applying, and if we maintain patience for some time, then Baba begins to reveal his intentions to us. If we keep our mind absorbed in Baba and do not allow our intellect to shake, we gradually understand how Baba helps us and what Baba's feelings are behind that situation. Let me give you a small example. I am a Kumar and I am the only son of my parents. When I told my zone in charge, Dadiji, I wish to dedicate my life in service, she said, Your parents are old. How will this work? You do not have a very large source of income or a strong financial background. Very simply, I replied, Baba says that Baba will take care of everything. The words were simple, but the feeling behind them was very important. When Didi looked at my face, she understood that Baba had firmly held my intellect. Then I dedicated myself and came into service. As expected, many situations began to arise. The very things people had said would happen did happen, but each time I maintained faith and said, "It is okay. Baba is sitting there." In every situation, I would surrender my mind to Baba and ask, "Baba, this situation has come. What should I do?" By focusing only on my daily routine and spiritual disciplines, and by maintaining a surrendered intellect, Baba held my intellect firmly. All those situations that people had predicted did occur, but Baba helped me emerge from them. On what basis? On the basis that my mind remained focused on the thought, Baba is the Almighty, Baba is the one who makes everything happen, Baba will make it happen. I kept churning this knowledge within. Then Baba gave me such powerful experiences that even today, when I remember them, my hair stands on end. Today, the same people who once questioned me come and ask for advice. My heart becomes filled with gratitude because Baba has given me such beautiful experiences in the most difficult subject of life. And Baba says, no one can shake the authority of experience. Let me give you another small example. When I was attending class and our respected sister would explain a Murli point or a point of knowledge, I had a habit. I would not simply say yes until I understood it deeply through my intellect. I would take that point from the Murli and go to Baba daily, saying, "Baba, please give me the experience of this point." For example, every Thursday, Bhog is offered. We all sit together, Bhog is distributed, and we partake of it. But what is the sign of a good student? I observed this for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and then my curiosity arose in my intellect. What is actually happening here? Usually, people do not ask questions due to doubt or hesitation, but we can ask Baba because Baba himself said from the very first day of knowledge, "I am your teacher, ask me." So, unless we clarify every topic, every subject, and even the smallest point that Baba teaches us, unless we go into its depth and experience it, that knowledge does not become power. There is a difference between information, knowledge, and wisdom. If someone tells you something and you do not apply it, it is merely information. It is of no real use to you. When you bring that teaching into your life, it becomes knowledge. And when you experience it and learn to overcome life situations through it, it becomes wisdom. And that wisdom becomes power. Baba says in Hindi, knowledge, virtues, and power. Our take is to transform knowledge into power. When a point of knowledge becomes powerful, enables us to remain detached from situations. So when I saw Bhog being offered, I went to Baba's room and insisted, "Baba, I also want to experience what Bhog is." I said, "How can I simply believe that Bhog is offered to Baba in the subtle region? Baba is my father and teacher. I can discuss this with him. Human beings have limitations, but the Supreme Soul has no limitations." Then Baba gave me a discipline for 6 months. Every Wednesday, I should observe silence, and every Thursday, I should wake up at 2 a.m. for Amrit Vela and keep a half day fast. I followed this for 6 months. Every week, I observed silence for one day, ate light food, and on Thursday, I woke up at 2 a.m. and practiced yoga for 3 hours before class. Within 6 months, Baba gave me such deep experiences of offering bhog that the experience became firmly embedded in my heart. Whenever difficult situations arise in life, I remember those experiences and use them as a strength. The influence of situations on my intellect disappears. The essence of this is to bring witness consciousness into life. It is essential to make our thoughts firm and powerful. For that, becoming a sincere and attentive student is absolutely necessary. If we clarify every aspect of knowledge with Baba, then that knowledge becomes a shield in our life and our powerful mind becomes detached from waste thoughts. Often souls say, I have too many thoughts about this matter, or my mind keeps thinking about that person. Someone may say, there is a person in my life who troubles me a lot. Once a young brother called me and said, my parents keep pressuring me financially, asking me to contribute more at home. I said to him, you should contribute. Then he began explaining a long list of calculations and reasons. After listening to him, I asked only one question. Brother, where is Baba in all these calculations? Similarly, a sister wanted to dedicate herself to service, but she was creating many thoughts and calculation in her mind. I asked her the same question. Where is Baba in all this calculation? If any soul or situation keeps pulling our thoughts, it means there is still something we need to give or settle with that soul. Settle it by giving. Do not prolong it unnecessarily. Witness consciousness and a concentrated mind become possible only when we maintain the feeling of being a donor towards every soul. Receive from Baba and settle our karmic accounts. If any person or circumstance is repeatedly pulling our intellect, then with Baba's special help, we should give that soul both sakash, powerful spiritual vibration, and cooperation, and then finish that matter. No matter how great a bondage may be in life, if we do not have the intention to finish it, that bondage will never end. If we remain disappointed, hurt, or constantly churn about it, our mind can never become concentrated in Baba. But if we hold our self respect, discuss the matter with Baba, and free ourselves from it as quickly as possible, then our mind becomes concentrated. There are three main reasons why we fail to remain detached from situations: lack of experience, a lack of deep understanding of knowledge, unsettled karmic accounts with a person, situation, or circumstance, lack of high goal in life. So, if anything in your daily life is repeatedly capturing your intellect, do not keep running it in your mind. Pay special attention to it, use Baba's help, and finish that matter with Baba's support. In this way, we can become detached from various situations in life. Now, the third point I mentioned is goal. Our goal is what helps us remain detached from every situation. After becoming Brahmin, gradually, by observing other souls, their behavior, and their ordinary actions, the greatest thing we begin to lose is our high aim. If other souls are living an ordinary life, we may unconsciously start allowing ourselves to think this much is acceptable, this much happens, at least I am doing more than others. First, the daily routine becomes loose. Then the spiritual disciplines become loose. And the reason is the loss of high aim. But if we churn deeply within ourselves, did I come into knowledge because of any Brahmin soul? Then our perspective changes. If we keep our hold strong on our goal and follow only Baba, we remain safe. This is a very subtle point that must be checked again and again. Whom am I following? The biggest reason our witness consciousness is lost is that, knowingly or unknowingly, without even realizing it, we begin to follow someone else. We may start allowing ourselves to do something because others are also doing it. Gradually, our spiritual energy begins to leak away and our high goal weakens. For a great yogi, the most important checking is, whom am I following? From the first day of your Brahmin life until the last day. This is the one checking we must do deeply. Whom am I following? There is a very subtle point here. If someone around you is doing something wrong and your intellect keeps thinking about that person, he does this, she does that, then after some time you will notice that the same weakness begin to enter you as well. How do we imbibe a good virtue? We repeat it again and again in our intellect. How do we develop a good habit? We repeat it again and again in our intellect. Similarly, when our attention repeatedly goes towards someone's actions, sanskars, or behavior, we unknowingly begin to repeat those actions in our intellect. Gradually, those very sanskars start entering us. Therefore, one very important discipline is to check regularly. Whoever we follow, we cannot go beyond them. Baba says that every soul in a body has some weakness or another. Therefore, we should not make any bodily being our idol. Learn from everyone, understand from everyone, but do not follow anyone except Baba. When we keep this firmly in our mind and refer every matter to Baba, we become detached from other souls, their behavior, their actions, and their good or bad sanskars. Why? Because we do not become dependent on them. We do not make them our guru or teacher. We accept that all of us have come through the copper age and the iron age carrying sanskars from 63 births. Therefore, every soul will have some sanskar or weakness. To maintain witness consciousness, the most important point is what Baba says: one Father and none other. Whenever we take any decision, it should be our own decision based on Baba's guidance. Not that I will do service because someone told me, or I will imbibe this virtue because someone told me, or I will attend class because someone insisted. Until we go into inner solitude with our own intellect, we can't become powerful. The more we use Baba in life situations, the more we begin to understand the deeper reasoning behind circumstances, people, actions, and events. Then we start gaining true spiritual experiences. It is said in the Mahabharata that when Bhishma Pitama was lying on the bed of arrows, about to leave his body, he asked Mother Ganga, "Mother, how did I lose in life?" Mother Ganga replied, "Son, because you yourself never committed certain mistakes. You expected that others would also not commit them. You were very powerful and strong, but you could not tolerate the weaknesses of others. You could not remain detached from them, and therefore you faced defeat. So, Baba teaches us the same fundamental value: one Father and none other. In every situation, our goal should be what Baba has asked us to become and what Baba has asked us to do. The more patience we maintain and the more determination we keep within our mind, Baba gives us experiences. And through those experiences and understanding, we gradually rise above all other things. This witness conscious stage brings many benefit into our life. It helps us develop many elevated virtues and become spiritually powerful. But the greatest benefit of this Sakshi Drishta stage is that we become an ideal for others. In any situation, we are able to take the right decisions. Baba is able to touch our intellect with the method of emerge from any circumstance when our intellect is not looking at others but is looking only at Baba. Baba has given such many experiences in life where the intellect became absolutely clear and Baba touched the solution within a second. Once we were preparing a major release of our software. After completing all the work late at night, we were about to leave and went to Baba's room to say goodbye. Suddenly, Baba touched the intellect and said, "Child, there is a mistake here." We returned and checked, and indeed there was a mistake. We thanked Baba, and Baba, in return, thanked us by making us realize the more your intellect remains connected to Baba and detached from everything else, the more Baba will be able to hold your intellect and make you powerful. So, these were some points of spiritual knowledge that we discussed. If there are no questions, then we can sit in yoga together. I will give a commentary and we can all meditate. Let us all sit comfortably with our spine straight. I, the soul, am the power that operates this body from within. I am a powerful soul seated within this body, operating this entire physical body. The pure and powerful rays emerging from me, the soul are filling my entire body with powerful vibrations. I am the master of my mind and intellect. I am detached from the thoughts of the mind. I am detached from the circumstances around me. I am detached from the movements and disturbance around me. Rising above the consciousness of the body, I move toward the subtle world. I, the point of light, move beyond the stage of thoughts and imagination, beyond this entire world drama, towards my beloveds. Beyond the attractions of this world, I move towards my own supreme beloved. From the world of stars, I take on the angelic form and stand before Baghdada. Baba embraces me and removes all the tiredness of my entire day. Baba calms the speed of my thoughts. With Baba's touch, I experience deep peace. Power continues to fill my thoughts. A deep feeling of purity touches my mind. Baba's love takes me beyond all the attractions of the world. An infinite energy begins to wave within me. I am finishing weak thoughts. I am a great soul, fortunate soul, a special soul. Surrendered in Baba's love. This bond of Baba's love protects me from all circumstances. Baba's canopy of protection separates me from the vibrations of the entire world and fills me with divine power. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. That was a very beautiful and powerful class. Thank you, Saurabh Bhai. You accepted our invitation at very short notice and gave us such a profound class. You explained with such subtle depth that Sakshi Drishta means to accept everything exactly as it is, whether it is a person or a situation. You explained it so beautifully, and the experience of witness consciousness you gave us through yoga was also very deep. I believe everyone has benefited greatly from today's class. So let us all turn on our video and thank Saurabh Bhai with a round of applause. Thank you, Ekta Bhen, for giving opportunity. Om Shanti.